And a very special announcement to pass along. One member of the Newcap Sports Department has seen his own team grow by one. 6 p.m. sports anchor Matt Choumont and his wife Amy are celebrating the birth of their first child. Little Zane Matthew Choumont joined the world at 8:39 this morning, weighing 6 pounds 10 ounces. We reached Matt for a comment earlier today, and after a long night at the hospital, he says he's tired. After spending every Thursday bringing you the superstar next door, Matt finally has his own superstar in the next room. So from all of us here at Newcap News, congratulations to the Choumonts. And what a sweet surprise, actually, for all of us here when we find out.
No kidding.
I mean, I know I did lose that office pool. I thought, I remember Matt was a little bit of a bigger baby, if you know him. I mean, still
he's
a
big
bit
dude. Oh, yeah, hands down. But, you know, congrats to both of them. That's awesome to hear. However, it's going to be funny once that kid grows up and sees his dad, especially that first photo when you look at your first kid and you see your dad have that mustache of his. Oh, it's going to be fun for that kid to kind of poke fun of his pops. But hey, congratulations once again to the Choumonts. I know they have a little bundle of joy. Sure enough, he's going to be decked out in LA Kings gear, that's for sure.
Definitely happy times at the Choumont house. Now, the border city has also treated some great hockey last night, some Olympic hockey at the Civic Center.
Yeah, no kidding. The Canadian women's Olympic hockey team continued their midget series tour, making a stop in our great city, taking on the Baker Hughes Bobcats. Now, more than 1,300 packed the Civic Center for this one. 5.5 minutes into the first, Kale Clegg, point shot, it's in. He opens up the scoring. The ladies would respond 2 minutes after that. Jennifer Wakefield will be stopped, but Marie-Philippe Poulin will poke it in. It's now tied up at 1. Now, 3 minutes into the second period, Clegg to Mason Shaw to Johnson down the wing. He goes roof daddy, knocking the water bottle in the process. To the third, the Cats would add to their lead on the delayed penalty call. Johnson to Shaw in the slot. It's in glove side, making it 3-1. The boys would add an empty netter and take it 4-1. The night was capped off by a perfect photo op. Mason Shaw, who had a goal and 2 assists, was impressed by Team Canada.
Those girls are very strong on their sticks, and they always know where to be. So we had to be ready, or else, you know, like they started to take some of the play away in the second, and then we started to regain it back. But yeah, they always know where they are on the ice, and they're strong on their sticks.
Those at the Civic were definitely entertained during the shootout. Carolyn Ouellette, check this out, made the best move of the night with the spinorama, just getting it to go. Overall, the ladies were impressed with the Bobcats and the fans.
It's a great opportunity for us to visit small towns across Canada, and we've been to a lot in Alberta, and it's great to see the rinks full, and it's just nice to get out there and see all the people that support us along the way. And we know we're going to have a lot of people supporting us in Sochi, so to come into the community and see all the young girls playing and be able to help in some way is great.
These guys are fast, they're big, and they're skilled, so that they challenge us every single game that we play, and we couldn't ask for, you know, better preparation going to Sochi.
After spending time off the ice, the Lloydminster Junior A Bandits are back in action tonight to begin their road swing through southern Alberta. So it might be safe to say the rest couldn't have come at a better time with 6 points on the line.
It was a nice break. We've been going hard for almost halfway through the season, so I think it was nice to take a little bit of a break.
8 days to be exact. A trip south of the border with some team bonding, not to mention heal some bumps and bruises is what the doctor ordered ahead of their stretch drive towards the holiday break.
We were definitely getting some injuries and guys getting sick, so I mean this week off gave great opportunities for guys to, you know, take some time off and be ready for this weekend.
Those games in December, or that month before Christmas, are huge. You do get a lot of teams that do get a little bit distracted and whatnot, and you can really capitalize as long as your team is mentally ready to go.
The Cats embark on a 3-game and 3 nights road swing with stops in Olds, Okotoks, and Calgary. A daunting task, especially when you're on the road. But Gary Van Herway says they must take things as they come.
Just go one game at a time and try and get points out of the first and then focus for the second and the same thing on the third. But I think our guys feel very positive and very good about themselves.
And that comes from their 6-2 record against the South Division. And with the ever-changing landscape from 3rd to 8th place in the North, there's no question on what the Bobcats need to do.
Those points are huge because the other northern teams seem to have went on the road trips and came back with quite a few points out of them, and we have to do the same.
North Division's getting tighter and tighter every day, so I mean for us to go down south, it's huge for us to get at least 2 out of 3.
Knowing that we have to come out with these points because the North is so strong that the South are must-win game.
All right, sticking with football, you spend months in training, getting beat up week after week just for the chance to be in that championship game in November. That statement holds true for the players playing in Regina for the Grey Cup. Same can be said about the Holy Rosary Raiders, who sit one win away from the Tier 4 provincial crown.
It all comes down to this: 48 minutes determining the best Tier 4 football team in Alberta. The Raiders held their final practice ahead of their trip to Calgary with one thing on their mind: leaving everything on the field Saturday.
At the end of the day, and you feel like you've left something out there, then you're selling yourself short and you're selling your teammates short. So give it everything you've got.
Going into the final, the Raiders will play the two-time defending champion Drumheller Titans, a team that uses the run effectively.
If we can shut down the run and force them to pass, then I think we're going to be okay. But that's easier said than done. They run an unconventional, double wing offense. They keep 11 guys in the box, and it's a real tight formation with lots of motion.
But with a heavy run game, the Raiders feel they can be exploited.
Easy to contain. I don't want to say easy because there's still 11 guys blocking, but since they're so condensed, we have a lot of advantage because they're not conquering as much field as they could be.
Setting up a lot of guys inside the box right in the middle and not a lot of guys on the outside. So we're going to have to try and put up more pressure in the middle and try and set up more guys in the middle too.
On offense, the emergence of Carl Teledetsky at crucial times has been a big plus. Last week, Teledetsky had one of his best games in the silver and black, which served notice for the coaches and players.
He nailed some receivers in the end zone with passes that we haven't seen him make this year. So, it was ugly day in terms of weather, but he came into his own that day.
At the beginning of the year, Carl wasn't as confident as he could be. He didn't want to lead the offense too much because it was his first year, but now that he's had a couple games under his belt starting, he has the confidence, he knows what the plan is. He should be a pretty good threat for Saturday.
Some college hoops action for you tonight at Lakeland Gym. The Rustlers host the St. Trojans. There's also a special fundraiser being held at Lakeland College in conjunction with the Filipino Basketball League in town. They'll be raising money for those affected by Typhoon Haiyan in the Philippines. Now, all admission profits from the game will be donated. The girls tip off at 6, followed by the guys at 8. In Junior B, round 2 of the Bandits and Tigers goes on tonight in Vermilion. Lloyd taking the first meeting by a score of 2-1. Puck drop is set for 8 o'clock. And in the AJHL, the Bonneville Pontiacs look to snap a 4-game losing skid in Grand Prairie, the first of a back-to-back.